successful operation where the Qatari air defenses intercepted all the missiles attacked fired from Iran with the exception of one. Here I would like to also express thanks and appreciation to the friendly and brotherly state who point out that the Qatari armed forces carried out a successful operation where the Qatari air defenses intercepted all the missiles attacked fired from Iran with the exception of one. Here I would like to also express thanks and appreciation to the friendly and brotherly state who expressed their solidarity with the state of Qatar, namely the GCC, Gulf Cooperation Council member states, who had to express support and solidarity with the state of Qatar. And at the behest of the presidency state, Kuwait, an emergency meeting will be held in Doha, and the foreign minister of the GCC member states will be received in Doha to examine these grave developments. Here I would like also to point out a number of issues. We should look at the developments unfolding in the region with reason and responsibility, and following the flagrant violations by the Israeli occupation forces on regional states and following the Iranian attacks on Qatar, it is clear that these irresponsible actions bring about nothing but instability and could plunge the entire region in a more difficult situation. We, the Qatari Armed Forces, under the directives of the Commander-in-Chief, His Royal Highness, the Emir of Qatar, we have been examining the possibilities of responding to the Iranian attacks. However, the state of Qatar is always adopting reason and prudence, adopting amicable and peaceful means. The message we would like to send out that the state of Qatar, with the capabilities at hand and the prowess of the armed forces, succeeded in proving to all and one that the state of Qatar is capable of defending its territories, its homeland, its people, and the residents living in Qatar. We all stood united following this attack. Some telephone calls were made with His Royal Highness the Emir of Qatar. One with the President of the United States, where the developments were put to discussion and the means to respond to the event. There was also an opportunity to announce a total and complete ceasefire on all fronts. Our friends in the United States proposed that the state of Qatar will initiate communication with the Iranians in order to examine their preparedness to this proposal. We initiated communication with the Iranian, and then it was followed by the announcement made by the U.S. President, which we welcome. However, the violations of the ceasefire witnessed this morning are unacceptable, and we hope that the ceasefire will hold, diplomacy would prevail, and we urge the parties to observe and abide by the agreements reached. We also urge the Americans in order to revive the nuclear talks in order to have a diplomatic solution, which has been the goal the state of Qatar has been endeavoring to achieve, hoping to make this region a weapon-free region, which is to the best interest of all the parties, including Iran, a neighboring country. Also, a few minutes ago, a telephone call was received by His Royal Highness the Emir of Qatar from the Iranian president, where His Royal Highness pointed out that the state of Qatar at the end of the day is a neighboring state adopting the principles of good neighborhood with Iran and had not expected such a hostile act. And despite all the efforts, all the attempts aiming at fueling the situation, the state of Qatar will deal with the matters at hand with reason and prudence. However, the violation of the Qatari territories are not acceptable, and all the diplomatic and legal measures will be taken. And he also expressed that the matter should be contained at the earliest and put behind our backs. We should not fail to remember that any events unfolding in the region is a repercussion to the expanding Israeli aggression and belligerence on Gaza. And from day one, the state of Qatar has been making effort in order to prevent this conflict from spiraling over the region. Qatar will continue with its mediation efforts together with the United States and Egypt in order to have a ceasefire established in Gaza at the earliest. We are in constant and ongoing negotiations, even during the hard times the region has been living, hoping that the belligerence, the war on Gaza, and the injustice done to our brothers in Gaza be brought to an end. We believe time is opportune for the whole world to stand united to put an end to Israel's irresponsible actions in the region, and to have Israel's belligerence on Gaza and the Gazans halted, the relief aid be not used as a weapon against the civilian population. I would like also to extend thanks and appreciation to His Excellency the Prime Minister of Lebanon for paying us a visit at this critical moment, and we highly appreciate the conditions Lebanon is living through, hoping and wishing them all the best in the near future. Thank you. Thank you.